Atlantia, we're Atlantia, vince Atlantia, my holy Atlantean people in the day 106 of interacting videos for 120 total. I watched today the coronation of the great Prince Naruhito, who became the Emperor of Japan, the great Emperor of Japan, Naruhito, and his wife. I'm watching it right now. Lots of colored flags, all with the sun. And the Emperor has a stiff thing like this. All cats wear it. all tigers. And tonight I watched the great Queen of England saying, "Silence, my lord." Actually, she said, "My lords, be quiet." There was a nice procession. Her chariot was driven by 8 white horses, moving in tandem, and she arrived at the House of Peers, not the House of Lords. You know, the nobility ranks. There are 4 princes in each kingdom. The first prince is the Grand Prince. I'm the Grand Prince of Elada. Then there are 3 princes. One of the princes is the king or the emperor. Then there are 16 dukes and 64 marquis who guard the border, and 256 earls or count who guard over the counties. And there are 1024 barons who are the leaders of small towns. And after that, there are 4096 knights. Each knight must have a lance, a sword, a shield, and a bow with at least 3 arrows. And if these things were not provided to you in the European Parliament, they shall be provided to you. Each of one shall get 1 sword, 1 lance, 1 shield, and a bow with 15 arrows. And all the lords were dressed in red, and they have nice white hair, and they were sitting on their asses. And the queen also sat on the throne together with Prince Constant, and she had a nice crown, a nice female dragon crown, but she bowed herself in front of the crown of England, which was not the crown that she was wearing, you know. And the crown of England is only worn by a male character who becomes the King of England. And the Prince Consort was outside. The Prince Consort wore no crown. Usually princes wear crowns. Princes and sometimes great dukes have crowns, but not here, not today. And after that, she invited the House of Commons. There was a lady dressed in black and white. She came with her sword and said, "To this honorable house, the Queen of England summons you now in the House of Peers. You must come immediately." And after that, Berchtold, the head of the House of Commons, took the scepter of the Queen, which was a big golden scepter, and he said, "Come after me." And everyone, all the dragons, all 300 red horses. By the way, I listened to the 15-hour fucking debate in the House of Commons about Brexit. Twice, you know, every 2 days they vote, like people in kindergarten, like 5-year-old children. And we're speaking like this, you know. Yes, it is not enough that my 65 dragons say stupid things in my head every day. Now I must listen to 300 fucking red horse speaking to me the same stupid fucking shitty things. Okay, so because I did not want to reach the conclusion that all dragons are imbeciles, which it is very unsafe to, because the dragons can burn you alive and eat you. I watched the speech in the House of Lords of the Queen, and she began to say, "My lords, be quiet, my government shall have the first priority the exit of Britain from the European Union on 31st of October 2019. We all wonder if the Prime Minister was not decapitated by the Queen because he sent 3 contradictory letters to the European Union, which were all, no, actually 2 of them were anonymous or unsigned. It said Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, but his name, Benjamin Johnson, Boris Johnson, did not appear on the fucking letter. And we all wondered who was the next, maybe Nigel Farage, or maybe, you know, the other guy, Corbyn. Anyway, Don't listen to the fucking shitty debates in the House of Commons because people are commoners, you know. Commoners are in the House of Commons, they are peasants, you know. When people first came in the jungle, they established primitive communes, and each of them had a small parcel of land to work, but some lands were better than others, and some people were starving to death, and they sold themselves with their families into slavery to other people. And relations evolved, and from slaves they become servants, and vassalage relationships evolve. If you're not good with your peasants, your peasants could move to another lord. If your peasants move to another lord, then no one shall work the land. If no one shall work the land, then you shall starve to death, or you shall become a peasant yourself, or you have another option to become the slave or the vassal of another nobleman, regardless of his nobiliary rank. But nobiliary rank also matters, because you can only go high in the fucking nobiliary rank when you write a book or when you won a war. So do yourself a big favor, because the queen is also present in the House of Lords, and she looks, much younger. Female dragons have the power to alter their appearances in front of the world. And she began her speech again by saying, "My lords." And so this is the never-ending story of the Brexit, but I believe shall end really soon.